What's up, everybody? It's me, your boy, the YouTube champ, the tantalizing one, and to my right, the producer, Kira. Kira, how you doing tonight?
Fine.
Good night, everybody. Ravishing Ramon, Sky High, Ricky, New York, bad guy is backstage somewhere, and we're waiting for him. But I don't even know what is this video? What are we doing exactly? What is this about?
You're asking me?
Why are we here tonight?
You're asking me?
Yeah. It's Sunday night. It's not Sunday Night Heat. Remember that show? Kira has no idea. She has no idea what Sunday Night Heat is. Well, before we get into the Bloodline, the whole saga with the Bloodline, has Roman Reigns changed wrestling? Kira, on the tantalizing Tron, I just made that up. Pull up Sunday Night Heat and let's show the young people and yourself what Sunday Night Heat is. So, in 1998, that one, excuse me, my goodness. In 1998, there it is. It's back. Hey now. In 1998, there was a show on, I believe it was USA Network, called Sunday Night Heat. It used to come on before the pay-per-views. It was like the buy-in or the free-for-all. They had great matches. Like, you wouldn't believe it. Like, they'd have matches like Trish Stratus versus Lita. There was great matches there. Oh, and look who decides to join us. The guy went to go see Von Wagner. He said it's going to be late. No, this guy's later than, never mind. Triple R's in the room.
Good evening, everybody. Hey, Kira, how you doing?
Stop. I said Triple R's in the building. Ravishing Ramon Reigns. Anyway, hey, yes. The Solo Mine.
Solo Mine, yeah. If you're new, subscribe, man. Sunday Night Heat was awesome. I see who was that in the chat right there? I just saw Steven Chambers with Sunday Night Heat, Metal, and Velocity.
Yes.
I have something else to add to that.
Shotgun
Saturday night.
Well, I was at the first. A quick story about Shotgun Saturday Night. Everybody knows Jasmine. Look. Hello, Governor.
Governor.
So Jasmine's mom, my second wife, she's alive, everybody. My first wife passed away. Jasmine's mom, we were on a date, and I took her to Shotgun Saturday Night, and this was in a place, it was where it was just walk in, it was standing room only, it was no tickets, it was free. It was a club atmosphere. So the day that the first time the Nation Domination showed up, they walked through the crowd, and Ron Simmons, then known as Farouk, grabbed Jasmine's mother by the arm and said, "You come with me." And I got this fast. Yeah, she ain't going nobody. Mark Henry, who is crazy, 30 years later, 20 years later, becomes my friend, he goes, "Get out the way, little man." What? So funny story how Mark Henry and me crossed paths, and now he's my dude. What's up, Anthony Grace? Let's say what's up, everybody in chat. But yes, Shotgun Saturday Night was was awesome. And yes, Solomon, Sunday Night Heat was before the pay-per-view. We're gonna scroll to the top.
We're gonna go to the top, Kira. No, go to the top, Kira. You know what time it is. It's time for chat acknowledgement right here on the Tantalizing Tony Show. So we're gonna acknowledge everybody in the chat that acknowledges us and supports us. What's that? A T? What is that? Oh, that's a timeout. Okay.
20-second timeout.
All right.
That was actually good. Chat acknowledgement. You know what you get for that one? About time.
It's about that time.
Wario is in the chat. I haven't seen that name before. Maybe you have. Wario, if you're new, he says hi. Or she says hi.
Vinny?
Okay, all right. What's up, Wario? Wrestling with Savage is in the house.
Who's that?
Well, he's in the house. Who's that? Here we go. Let's go.
What? Hello, Jen.
And yes, Steven Chambers.
Finn.
Oh wait, gotta do it. Hit it, Kira. Say it.
Finn. R-K-O.
That's my boy, Finn RKO. Who's that Gianna Forever guy?
I don't know, but welcome to the channel.
What a loser.
I think somebody said that there was a legend of YouTube in here on this podcast. So I said I said appreciate it because I know they were talking about me.
Oh, he was. Hello to my daughter, my lovely daughter Jasmine. I love you, honey. I love you so much.
Yep.
We're gonna see you soon. Promise you. Summertime's coming. My last week of work, guys. I am doing summer school, but summer school's a piece of cake. Guys, one more thing before say hi to everybody. Let's finish that and then we'll get
Hello, Lorraine, the solo mine, Jakey Bakey,
the best moderator in the world, Jakey Bakey.
the
Yes.
Anthony Graves pod.
Guys, Anthony Graves pod. Listen, guys, everybody's keep asking me a question. What happened with Anthony Graves? He's doing his own thing. He's a college student. He's a radio personality. He hasn't left the circle. We're all still cool. He was just here. Okay, what's wrong with you guys?
He's in a boy band.
Wrestling with Savage, Wario, and EW1 Kicks, and Matthew Holland, and Motivation Theory.
Motivation Theory says Tony Mania Club here. Met you at the Mania store. Dope guy. Shout out to Motivation Theory. Met Tony out, I believe in LA. It was at SoFi, right?
Motivation. I remember you, bro. Listen, I don't remember a lot of people because I meet a lot of people, and I guess as the years progress, I'll meet more. But I appreciate you acknowledging me and showing me the respect. I'm joking, bro. It's an honor. It's my honor to have met you. Anybody from Mania Club, and we'll start with a Mania Club jersey soon. We're still moving in. Mania Club is one of the best clubs in Facebook. They do a lot for Connor's Cure, but there's also a charity that we're supporting called Give Kids the World. And I want to show you guys this. If Kira can pull it up. Facebook, Give Kids the World.
That's a good question, Matthew Holland. I actually know the answer to that. When was the first time Tony didn't have hair? Is when she said, I'm pregnant. I tried. That didn't work. Sorry.
Matthew Holland, to answer your question, I had a full head of hair until I was 34. 35, I started losing it. 35, I saw it was a little indentation. And then as the days progressed, I was like, oh. So I said, well, time to go for it. And I did. Yeah, Savage. And Savage, I got your new intro, but I can't open it on Google Drive. I will add it to the opening. So when we do a thing, you have a package for you, right, bro? I just can't do it now. We're already in production.
Wow, EW1, yeah.
Yeah, EW1, man. Listen, as much as you come here and bless me, and let me tell you guys something else too before we get to Give Kids the World. People like Bobby Rassles, EW1, Wrestling Savage, a few other channels. Forgive me if I don't super chat because you guys, when you send me super chats, I actually use them towards the channel. And this next 2 weeks for us is going to be tight. My car is out of commission. Found out that my oil gauge, my gasket's cracked. And when I blew the tire, I cracked the gasket. When I hit, it's a long story. But so if I don't super chat your channel, anybody in the chat, it's not because I'm cheap or that I'm selfish. It's just right now it's really tight for us. So please forgive me. Anyway, other than Rich, let me finish get this out so we can get to the show. Other than Connor's Cure and with Mania Club, this is a great charity that I support. Give Kids the World. I'm going to give you guys more information on this. Demario North from Mania Club is a big supporter of this, as are a lot of our guys from Mania Club. This charity, they give kids trips all around the country. They like Make-A-Wish, but it's a little more intimate. I'm going to give you guys more info on this, but if you get a chance to go to Kids Give the World on Facebook, just send them a quick little message. Some 10 Lives and Tony sent you. And soon, once we get situated and once the channel's moving for the summer, we're going to start doing a show just for donations for Give Kids the World. These are terminal kids with cancer and fatal diseases that aren't going to make it. So I know it's always about me all the time, but sometimes, well, all the time it should be about everybody else. But I want to support this charity. So we'll get into that as the days progress. All right. Yeah. So Kira.
Yes.
James Maskell said, to be fair, I carry well. I do look good bald. Look, Chris Van Vliet, who I just put up that interview again in case people missed it. I put a new thumbnail and anything. He said to me, he goes, "You're 55? Yeah, that's right, bro. Double nickel. And I look 25. Let's go."
All right, let's start the show. Come on, Kara.
Isn't the show started?
Get us rolling, Kara.
Honestly, I wasn't really clear on the topic of the show.
I'm sorry. I'm clearly out of here.
What? So I'll just start with this, and as the show goes on, if I hear any topics I need to bring in some slides for, I'll do that. Okay, you can start.
All right, let me get a slide, if you can, of Roman Reigns in the Thunderdome at Payback with the title.
That is very specific.
That's crazy.
That's the beginning of everything, of when Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns first came together.
How about you just explain it?
I can explain it. Yeah, that's the beginning. That's the beginning.
Let me show you how we do it. Watch this. Let me show you. Let me show you how to do it. No, this is so they don't know what. So no, pay attention. So at WrestleMania 3, when Savage wrestled Ricky Steamboat, let me tell you guys, that was one of the best matches I ever saw in my life. That match, man, made me want to be a wrestling fan. Steamboat, the underdog, Savage killing everybody, man. And Steamboat versus Savage, one of the best. See how I did that there? See, this is the good job, kid. Okay, take it out of here. So now,
preloaded picture. But yeah, so look, check it out. So the Thunderdome.
Preloaded? Are you kidding me?
I'm joking. So the Thunderdome era, right? Pretty much sucked, right? Because there was no fans, right? Okay. One of the best things, if not the best thing to come out of the Thunderdome era, was the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns.
Who do you attack?
Of course, he came back and attacked Bray Wyatt.
Boom! Look how good she is. Come on, man.
Bray Wyatt's down right there. You see Roman Reigns with that classic shirt, wreck everyone and leave. This is when Roman first came back as that heel. People were still confused, like, wait a minute, what's going on here? He's aligned with Paul Heyman. Is this weird? Is this going to work? And we've seen over time that it's worked. We were tired of having Roman shoved down our throats as a baby face, that it wasn't working. But now, when they brought him back here in Payback, it was like a breath of fresh air, and it got more explained. It got explained more as the weeks went along, and then, we added Jey Uso to the mix and all that stuff.
So look, and Solomon, we can do this. This is a future thing we're going to plan on doing over the summer. Shout out to all of our wrestling podcasts. I hope you guys watched his show with the love. Let's go off on a tangent for a minute, okay? Kira, I know it's gonna be a lot, but can you find a picture of Mia Moore for me?
No, I cannot.
You gotta do it. Go to my Instagram.
No.
I want to acknowledge this.
I will bring up their channel.
How dare you?
That's it.
I need a picture of Mia Moore.
No,
That's
I'll
what I
bring
need.
up the channel first.
She's there.
There you go. Put there she is. There she is. Put it right there. She told me no live on the show. Wow, what an embarrassment! What an embarrassment. So look, we got the All About Wrestling podcast here, right, guys? And here comes their link. You guys are having the in the chat. But the reason why I want to acknowledge Mia Moore is quite. The reason I want to acknowledge Mia Moore is in the gym every day, clanging and banging. And I did my gym days when I had first lost my weight, and now I've slacked off. So this last week of school, of course, I'm preoccupied. Michael graduates on Wednesday from kindergarten. Oh my God. And Friday's our last day. Starting Monday morning, I'm going to throw out a challenge to Mia Moore because she inspires me. So I want Mia Moore. My challenge to Mia Moore is, Mia Moore, I want you to challenge me to whatever workout regimen you're doing. I want to match it. So Bobby Rousels, if that's you watching, give Mia Moore the 911, the 411, the information, whatever you call it. Let her know that I want to match everything she's doing and keep up because, I'm trying to get like Buff Bagwell because I'm the buff and I'm the stuff. So shout out to Mia Moore, who kills it on Instagram with her workout regimen. All right. And All About Wrestling podcast, great show. Check them out. All right. So look, Ricky, you said it, man. Roman Reigns in the Thunderdome. The Thunderdome era was terrible. It was hard to watch, but got to give them credit for at least doing something. And the Facebook user, whoever it is, says they'll match me. That's fine.
Gotcha, Mick.
Is that Mick? Oh, well, Mick wants to work out? Okay. Roman Reigns here. This is when everything started, Richie, like you said. This is when Roman became the guy he should have been from day one. Oh, Flawless. Okay, Flawless. No, let me tell you what the problem with Flawless is. He's always in great shape. Always. Son of a... Anyway. So, yeah, Ricky, that changed everything. This guy, the tribal chief, changed everything. And segueing to that, you know, and just so you guys know, this is a combined show because Ricky had an idea and I had an idea, and we put it together. Because I was going to do something about the Bloodline saga, and he wanted to do something about has Roman Reigns changed wrestling. So the Bloodline saga has Roman Reigns changed wrestling. Boom. Which I think he has. If you go back to the days of Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, Stone Cold, The Rock, any area you go to that you watched, it's different. I think Roman has changed the game.
And speaking of changing the game, just a little factoid here. You heard me. Factoid. So the last 3 wrestlers that were the longest reigning champions in WWE, meaning they didn't have the longest reign, but their reigns were the last 3 longest, right? With the title. These last 3 guys, their names were CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, and Roman Reigns. What do these guys have in common? They're all Paul Heyman guys.
Were they?
Yes, they were.
Punk
CM Punk,
Yes.
Punk was
Yes.
with Heyman.
Yes.
Until Heyman turned when he did the Ryback thing, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, all those guys was from Paul Heyman's stable, I guess, Paul Heyman guys. So that's pretty crazy.
So are you saying that if you're with Paul Heyman, usually you're successful?
Yeah.
What happened to Curtis Axel?
That was a whole nother. I mean, you're not gonna succeed every time, but Paul Heyman's success rate is pretty good. I'd love to see Paul Heyman with a female.
You want he was with Medusa. You want me to
No, but I'm talking about now, like, you know.
I got
now.
you. Ronda Rousey and him would be great together.
Yes.
But do you know who else was with Paul Heyman back in the day?
The Dead Man.
Also,
Hold on. The Samoan SWAT team.
also,
$1.49 super sticker from Moose 420. We'll get to you in a minute.
love it.
Thank you, sir. Who else? There's so many. Are you talking about Stunning?
Stunning Steve Austin.
Yes, Stunning Steve Austin.
Who became Stone Cold Steve Austin. Go back and check the page.
Moose says, Moose goes, what's up, T?
Yo, Moose 420. Not that I can partake because I work for the state, but I will say this. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Anytime you send a super chat, and guys, thank you for that. If you do want to send super chats, I do take it in PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. That helps me out. But super sticker, you get a video. Here we go. Ding, ding. Let me say this.
Ding, ding. Yes. And shout out. Go ahead, because I was going to blow it up. I got the mic in hand.
Let me say this about the ding, ding boy. Mikey, if that video was taken his first week of kindergarten. Look at him now, how much he grew in 9 months. On Wednesday, Michael graduates. Oh man, it hit me. Michael graduates from kindergarten. Shit, I'm not gonna cry.
I remember you saying, talking to me before one of the shows, and you were like, Mike's about to start school tomorrow, man. And I'm like, wow. And look, now we're talking about him graduating, and just want to say he's done such a great job with him.
Not me.
Listen,
Kira, my
no,
daughter.
I was getting to that. I wasn't thanking you, bro. Kira, you've done a great job, and you're a great role model and a big sister. And keep doing what you're doing, and keep working for your dad for free. So, that's right. That's right. That's it. That's family right there. Thomas Akers with a great point, but Black Wolf Inc. with a $5 super chat.
And before we get to the $5 super chat, in case you didn't know that Stone Cold's with Paul Heyman.
There he is.
Stone Cold had hair. They both did.
Looks like two of my old bosses.
Black Wolf, we acknowledge you, Manny. Thank you for the super chat. And every time he sends a super chat, here you go. Ding.
That was the pre-kindergarten ding ding right there, guys. Pretty good.
Agree, because look at the title.
Yeah. But I wanted to get to some real quick. Black Wolf, once again, thank you, brother. You always support the channel. I want to get to Thomas Akers' comment, please. Boy, I think you're looking at that too. And I want to read this, okay? I want to read this, guys. I think, and I was noticing this because me and Thomas Akers, we might be bitter rivals here. We might be just in a rivalry, but we think alike. We're both smart individuals. I think Roman has changed wrestling. But let's take the title out of it for a minute. Let me say Roman has changed the game with the story he is telling. It has been a consistent story for over 2 years, and I want to talk about that real quick. Roman has changed. My reasoning for Roman changing wrestling in some sort of way, right? We got war games here, and I'll get to that in a minute. Thank you. So don't rush me through the segment. Thank you. Roman Reigns changed the face of wrestling because, like Thomas Akers pointed out, storytelling. When's the last time we saw a story being told in wrestling that has kept the energy, that has kept the fans' attention, that has kept your excitement, that has kept you on the edge of your seat? We just came out of SmackDown. We still were on the edge of our seats. They still found a way to make it interesting, right? The whole focal point of that is who? Roman Reigns. He's the tribal chief. The story centers around him and everything else around him, right? Roman Reigns is what you call a generational talent like myself. This
is what you call the cutoff point. See, you were doing so good, right? Big screen, please. You were doing so good, bro. You were on the roll, and then here you go, like me. And that's when it's called the cutoff point of the match. That's when I take over. That's when you were doing good. You were starting something. Now I just gave you the ball shot. So you're right. He is a generational talent.
Go ahead, Tony.
Thanks. Unlike yourself. No, you're right. Roman Reigns is a generational talent. There's not like to come along. You have to now put him in the category of Hulk Hogan.
Oh, you got the chat turning on me? Oh, come on with this. Are you kidding me? I don't get nothing.
What?
Ricky overdid it again. See?
There we go.
No, Ricky, wait a minute. Look, this channel loves you. They really do. But I get a lot of messages like, oh, he had me, and then he went one step too far. They go, yo, Ricky's on point. And then he said this. And everything he said before that is like, it's like this. Because you're on a roll, bro. You're doing great. And then, there you go. Anyway, see, Danny Aaron gets it. I think Tony can change YouTube. Let me, as Ricky would say, let me have a conversation with you. Danny Aaron, you're not a dummy. Yeah. Smarty, not Ricky. You, yeah. Danny Aaron, thank you for acknowledging me in the chat and the channel, and Ricky, of course. But look, back to Roman Reigns, man. And Ricky, I gotta agree with you 100%. You're so on point with this that Roman Reigns is a one in a generational talent. Like you won't. What the hell? You won't see this. He's like Paul Heyman shaking his head. You won't see this for another 15 years. Randy Orton, generational. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, those guys, they all came at the same time. But Roman, one of a kind, man.
He is. Like I said, this is the epitome of what you want in wrestling.
Stop.
You want
spell epitome. I don't know it either.
I think I was gonna spell epidemic, but listen.
I was going to spell epidermis, but epidural.
So eucalyptus. Listen. So listen, we're gonna
see not one. See you
can't think. This is why. Okay, listen. Let me tell you something. This is okay. Get me out of here right now, Kira. My God, Kira said. She said. She's laughing. Her breath is. She's wheezing. Listen. Kara, calm down. We're live, okay?
Go.
See, Bobby Rasmus, he says, I have a college degree, bro. Okay.
That's right. Thank you.
Congratulations to Bobby Rasmus, who I don't want to put his business, but he got another accomplishment in his endeavors of his future in his career. So I don't know if I tell you congrats on everything, bro. You inspired me. I'm a 55-year-old bum that drives a school bus, but I love you. All right. Anyway, go.
So listen, I love you too, Jen, by the way. Yeah, so I never edit myself. I am who I am. I'm live. I'm raw and uncut. This is who you get, Ravish and Ricky Ramon. If you want those other guys, then you check them out. But look, Roman and this storyline is the epitome, okay, of what you want in storytelling and wrestling. Roman Reigns, yes, the Usos, everybody recognizes the Usos as one of the greatest tag teams in wrestling and everything like that, right? We're talking about Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, right? They're brothers, they're twins. So look, I'm talking about them.
Time out. 20-second timeout. She's laughing.
I couldn't listen to Ravish and Ricky because Tantalizing Tony was doing this.
Yeah, that one, no. But look, we all knew the Usos.
He said they're brothers, they're twins. Okay. All right.
Everybody knows the Usos. Right?
Hit the likes, everybody.
Please. Everybody knew who the Usos was, feuding with New Day, and even before that. The Usos were around for a while. But this is the most important that the Usos have ever felt in the WWE in their whole run. I don't care what anybody says. There's no way they were any more important back then than they are now. They're way more important right now. They're in the top stories in all of wrestling, right? So you've highlighted the Usos. Solo Sikoa comes into NXT, and everybody knows that that's the Usos' brother in real life, Rikishi's son, his third son, Solo Sikoa. He's an NXT North American champion. This guy's doing his numbers. A lot of people were speculating, is he going to join the Bloodline? People were saying, no, he doesn't want to be a part of his family. He wants to make a name for himself. All of a sudden, we get Clash at the Castle. Drew McIntyre, which there's a rumbling that he might be the man to take the title off Roman, but I don't know about that. But Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns for the title at Clash at the Castle. Everybody thought it was a sure thing. Usos weren't allowed at ringside. I believe it was just Paul Heyman there. There's no way that that Roman's gonna beat Drew McIntyre in his hometown of Cardiff. And what happened? All of a sudden, we see a hooded figure. And you know anything about me, I love to see hooded figures pop out of the crowd and everything and then reveal themselves.
That's because, never mind, that was too easy. Anyway.
We're not even going to go there. But listen, Solo Sikoa, this fine gentleman right here, shows up. Samoan Spike, McIntyre, spear over Roman Reigns is still your undisputed champion. What more can you say? This guy was elevated straight to the main event's picture, and he's held his own on the main roster. He's fit like a glove with the Bloodline, and all these guys are making money. All these guys are making storylines. All these guys are making headlines. This is what you want in professional wrestling, and that is a big deal. Not only with the consistency, because that's a huge deal, but to have everyone around you be relevant and not have one guy be like, oh, he's lackadaisical. That's great.
You make a great point of having everybody around you, but if you look at this picture right here, Paul Heyman's off camera, but look at Jay. Look at Jay how he's looking at Sammy. Only person without gold in this picture was Sammy, and now he has gold. But everybody in this picture was relevant. And look, Paul Heyman, one of the best managers in the history of wrestling. He's up there with Bobby the Brain Heenan, with Captain Lou Albano, with the Grand Wizard, with Classy Freddie Blassie, with Jimmy Hart. He's in the top tier of managers, and this has made him more popular. How many champions has Paul Heyman managed? Roman, Brock, CM Punk, and everybody here was relevant. Now look, especially after Sami Zayn and how people viewed him at WrestleMania with Johnny Knoxville and the Jackass thing. Look, I love that, but no one took him seriously until he aligned himself with Roman, and then people was like, wait a minute. Right? For a little while, myself included, people thought Sammy might be champion. And listen, he might not have got the job done, but you cannot dispute the fact that Sami Zayn was the most popular wrestler from the months of January to March of this year. And look, you're right, man. The gravitas shows, man. These guys they're draped in gold, even though Sammy had no titles, he knew it was coming. And everybody who allowed themselves for Roman turned to gold. And what's crazy is that Roman Reigns always had this in him, but they would not release him from that suffering succotash gimmick that Vince had him doing. The minute they let Roman be himself, and I know this might sound a little morbid, but this is a true story. When Roman left because of COVID and he felt that his cancer diagnosis, he might interfere with his health, he left. It gave him time to reevaluate everything. When you have time sitting at home for 5, 6, 7 months, you have to look at yourself. I'm pretty sure he watched his matches. He's the same wrestler he always was. He hasn't changed. But his persona and the way he sees wrestling and when he engages himself with the crowd, with the people around him, and with the camera, with the audience that's in TV land. Forget the audience in the building. What he does with the camera, his little subtleties, his lip movements, his eye rolls. The guy's a professional. And this might be saying a little too much, but I think Roman's going to beat Hogan's 1474, and I think they might try to keep the title on Roman to beat Bruno. I know that's a long time. That's 3 more years, but I think it's a possibility.
I disagree, and I'll tell you why. It's time to get the title off Roman. We are at a point where we don't need him to be the champion at this point because everything that's going on with the Bloodline needs to culminate in the summer in Detroit, and all these guys need to turn on him.
No.
All these guys need to cost him the title at SummerSlam, and then you turn your next champion and you keep this Bloodline thing going without a title. You don't need a championship for this Bloodline storyline to work. And I think before it starts getting stale and Roman keeps having the title, you don't want it to get there because you've already had a good run, a great run of over 2 years. Let's get the title off. Let's make a new dynamic. And let's keep this thing pushing forward through WrestleMania. And I think you end it at WrestleMania.
Okay. And I would tend to agree with you. And Bobby, All About Wrestling podcast, Bobby Rassel says fans aren't patient enough. I agree. But I don't think at this point it matters what the fans want. I really believe that because Vince is still pulling strings, believe what you want to believe. On this, Roman is only 37 with the schedule he has. Is it really that weird to think that he could not hold the title for another 3 years? I mean, think about it. It's not that much time you think about it. He wrestles, what, 8 times a year maybe? You have Seth Rollins, the workhorse. That WWE World title is going to be a focal point. Yes, people aren't patient, but do people really care about who the champion is nowadays? They changed the title again. Another lame logo with a different color scheme. Do people care about the title really? You know? And he's gonna want time off, Bobby, but he has time off. What time doesn't he's off now? Like, if you really think about it, right? How much does Roman actually wrestle? Let's break it down. He wrestled the Rumble, right? The Chamber, right? Then what? WrestleMania, right? That's 3. Where else? Puerto Rico, right?
He didn't wrestle at Backlash.
Did he wrestle at Backlash? You're muted.
I'm sorry. He did not wrestle at Backlash.
Okay.
He wrestled at Night of Champions.
That's 4.
That's it.
So
he's wrestled the 4 out of the 5 pay-per-views this year. So he's not a part-timer. We're about to be in June. Money in the Bank is next.
We are in June. We're 6 months in. We're 6 months in. He's wrestled 4 times. He shows up on SmackDown or Raw. He doesn't wrestle. He comes in, he flies, and he flies out.
That's right.
Off. Guys, if you think about how things are going, if you think about how this is going, I know it sounds crazy, but it's a possibility. Think about this. Who thought Roman would be champion 1,000 days? No one saw that coming.
It's over. It's coming to an end. And the title reign is coming to an end. That part of the bloodline is coming to an end. It's chapters. So the next chapter is this chapter we're in right now is the family, the sanction in the ranks, right? There's no unity right now within the family. So this is where we're at right now. After this part, this is going to lead to Roman losing the title and feuding within the family.
Wait, no. Here we go, fantasy booking again. Okay, this ain't the fantasy booking show. No. We're not talking about what he's gonna do. What we're talking about this. You can't speculate on what's gonna happen because everything that we speculate about, they haven't even broken up yet because they're still together. If you think about it, yeah, he kicked Roman. Roman just hugged him, and then then Jimmy got spiked. Jay is hands up in the air like, what do I do? This bloodline isn't going anywhere, in my opinion, and I think to break them up will be dumb because this is working.
Well,
it's working.
He did. Jay or Jimmy asked, "Are we going to do this together?" And Roman said no. So after that, do you still think they're together? Because he asked, "Are we going to do this together? We're going to take down Roll WWE or whatever," and he said no.
Well, remember Roman said at WrestleMania that we're only in the 3rd inning.
I do not remember that, but okay.
Well, there's 9 innings, and that's means there's 6 more to go, so that could be forever. James Maxwell said he had 28 defenses in 1,000 days. Come on, that's not vacation. Imagine if you went to work 28 days out of 1,000. So that means in 1,000 days, 365. So that means you almost went to work. That's 3 years that you went to work, and you worked 28 days. That's vacation. He's on vacation.
Let me ask you this though. Nobody can ever compare him to Brock Lesnar in that schedule because I'll say this. That schedule was ridiculous. He was never there. Roman, at least, with Roman, you're getting Roman at Premium Live events. You didn't get him at Backlash. Okay, that's fine. Puerto Rico was based on Bad Bunny, basically. So you didn't need him there. You had the Usos there. And now, we're getting him at possibly Money in the Bank. I feel we're going to get him at Money in the Bank in London. He's going to be there. So he's at the Premier Live events. He might not be on TV every week, but he's on TV enough where it's like, okay, it doesn't seem like he's off that much. See what I'm saying? So he's still competing. He's still showing he's taking bumps on TV regularly. He's not trying not to take a bump. You know what I mean? So he's not being one of those type of prima donna guys. There's a look at the new title, by the way, around his waist. It's growing on me.
But look, forget what the title looks like. Look what his face looks like.
Yeah.
He looks conflicted. Look at Jimmy. Jimmy, the wounded brother. Look at Jay, like, damn, I can't believe it's my own. And look at Paul, like, Paul has no control. This whole thing's that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Bobby says he's old.
So am I. Do you tire of me?
He's not that old.
Like, think about it. Hulk Hogan was champion for 4 years. Did you get tired of him? Yeah. But he did something that a lot of people couldn't do. Yeah, and a lot of people got buried in the process. But at this point right now, who really is on the level of Roman to really take it? Cody may not be anymore because Cody lost. They've gone through everybody. Who are you going to do? What are you going to do? At this point, what do you do?
I think it's a pace. They could throw a big swerve in there and have somebody unexpectedly win. And what if somebody wins money? Not saying LA Knight, but I hope LA Knight wins Money in the Bank. But what if they swerve us and somebody wins Money in the Bank and wins the title at Money in the Bank in London? And it's a big swerve, bro. You know they like their title changes on other countries. So could you imagine? I don't think it's gonna happen, but we don't know. But but when you talk about Paul Heyman, and to get off of that, because I always go to fantasy booking, bro. I apologize. Roman does look conflicted. He looks a little worried. He looks a little concerned. And this goes back to what you're saying, Tone. Roman with the little subtleties, with the looks. If you notice, if you go back to Night of Champions, he's making his entrance. And I look at all this stuff, right? You see him coming down the ring, coming down the ramp, right? And he's doing the little talking to himself, like, what the hell is going on here? You know what I mean? I'm about to mess these guys up. Those little things that the camera catches brings more gravitas to the individual and to the match and to everything. And I love that about Roman.
No, I get that. I understand. And you're not wrong. But I want to say this. Everybody's like saying this. Let me talk to Jakey first. Jakey, I get that he was a face, but times have changed where you could be champion a long time and be heel, and chasing the title is better than a face holding it. Bobby Russell says no way he passes Bob Backlund. Look, Bob Backlund was a great champion for the time they were in, but he was no Flash. Why not make what my question is this? What be stopping them from letting Roman be? Kira's hands raised. Are we in school?
I don't want to cut you off.
Okay.
When you're done.
No, you go.
Just push him out the way, Kira, take the microphone.
No, I wanted to support his case a little bit.
Oh, okay. Now he's nice.
As the All About Wrestling podcast says, Mr. Bobby, I agree that people nowadays don't have that much patience, because I don't have that much patience. When this all started and it just kept going, I was like, I don't think I have enough patience to get through how X amount of years, but he did it, and I kept getting involved because they had so many layers. They kept telling the story. So every time a story ended and they had a new story come up, and it felt fresh, like the whole storyline felt fresh. We've been working on the same storyline for years now, and it still feels like it's like layers to it. You know what I'm trying to say? So right now, after 1,000 days, I don't feel bored of it. I'm actually very intrigued on what they're going to do next. If they keep this momentum going, if they keep, whoever's coming up with these stories needs to stay on the clock at all times.
Yeah, you're right, Kira. And the thing to me is, it's that whole key, like Thomas Akers first talked about, the momentum in the storyline. 2 years plus, we have a storyline that we're still talking about. It's crazy.
But that's my point. If they can do it for 2 years, look, guys, we got to remember something. Okay, can you pass me that, please, or pass me any titles? Pass me Michaels. This is my guys. This is one of Michael's. This is Michael's replica. Okay.
On a hanger.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. we were playing Money in the Bank. We were going for the it was over there. Yeah. This doesn't mean anything, guys. This is a prop. This does not make you a champion. Okay? This is a prop. Thank you. This means nothing. It's a piece of plastic with some cubic zirconias, some Swarovski gems. Doesn't mean anything, guys. I'm like, oh, he can't be. Stop focusing on the title. Not to mention, there's a lot of the champions out there. Gunther, who's a great IC champion, who will break Honky Tonk Man's record. We'll talk about that in another video. You got Austin Theory, who's a great US champion. Excuse me. Excuse me. And you got Seth Rollins. You could have, that's the hot potato title right there. That's the title you keep changing. Guys, it's possible. Is it probable? No, but it's a possibility.
Also, I believe that no one right now, if someone takes a title, I feel like from Roman, I feel like none of them can reach Roman's level of how intrigued we are right now. Like, even though he doesn't wrestle as much, as Richie said, he's still on TV. They still mention him. Like, they even when they show his name on his like dressing room door, that's enough for me, honestly. You know, because it keeps him involved. So right now, I don't think anyone can go to his status. So I don't think it cares if he still has the championship.
RJB said, sorry, Rick. RJB says if that doesn't make you a champion, are you willing to forfeit the YouTube title?
Oh wow.
First of all, that's my property. So how can I forfeit it? It belongs to me. And am I the true YouTube champion? Yes, I am. Thank you. Keep it moving.
But no, like I said, and you kind of contradicted yourself, Tony. Roman, like I said, if he loses the title, the Bloodline story doesn't mean that it's more weak. Like Thomas Akers says, his story matters more. You know what I mean? And who's to say that this whole thing isn't to elevate Solo as a big main event guy, and he's the guy, not to get the title, but maybe he faces Roman at WrestleMania.
Here we go.
You know what I'm saying? To get the rub.
Here we go again.
Dr. Von Def is back in the house.
Yes. What's up, Dr. Von Def? Good to see you, bro. Not to throw shade on your parade, Ricky. That rhymed. But Ricky, you want to always fancy book. Now Solo's in charge. There's only one tribal chief. It's Roman Reigns. Okay. It's not going to happen. Solo going to go for the leadership and blah blah blah. This all revolves around Roman Reigns. You might see this, guys, and who made the comment about him being a face? Hulk Hogan being a face. Who was that?
That was Jakey Bakey, I think.
Jakey Bakey. This could be a way to turn Roman face down the road. They can completely throw us for a loop, and then Roman's a face. So if Roman's a face now and he has a title a few more years, would you be mad then? Maybe the Usos and Solo do turn. You in a fancy book, but they go to the heel side. Go ahead, Kira.
It might
Good point.
not be where they're going, but if you want to turn Roman face to keep him champion longer, I've been watching Roman's facial expressions, and sometimes before he does something crazy to his family members, he like takes a second and thinks about it. It looks like he has like two sides in his head. Like one side wants to be part of the bloodline, one side wants to control everything. Like before, like the hug, the hug felt like Roman Reigns, but when he was like, no, it like he went back to like the tribal chief, the controlling one, So maybe they'll be like, oh, Roman Reigns is back, like not like the head of the table Roman Reigns, but like the normal Roman Reigns, and that's how you turn him face, Sorry guys, this is non-wrestling related. If any of the OSPs watching, preferably Fail Sauce, G, and Nelly, you guys all suck for playing Diablo 4 without me because mine's not working. I hate you all. Let's continue. Probably what they're doing then.
They are. Here's the question, what we got to get back to. Has Roman changed wrestling? Are you looking at wrestling different because of what Roman has done? Kira's got a hand raised. What is it, your school?
I do.
And let me just get to this comment. Bobby, this is a possibility that this does end at SummerSlam. You're right. Kira?
So before Sami Zayn got into the Bloodline, I feel like I wasn't too invested in it. And so when we were doing the streams and we would watch AEW, I would think AEW was like the best thing ever. Like I would enjoy watching Dynamite. Then once the storyline in WWE picked up a little more, I started to realize how much AEW was lacking in their storytelling. And I think that's all because of the Bloodline and Roman Reigns. So not like wrestling, like the physical wrestling, but like overall, like the storyline and like the little tidbits that they give you and like the backstage vignettes, all that I feel like I pay attention more.
Not to mention, if you look at everybody else's performance, everybody has stepped their game up too. People's promos are better, their actual vignettes are better, and the stories are being told, and people are invested. They all look like they're happy to be at work. Everybody was worried when Vince sold the company. Here we are in trouble, and they haven't skipped a beat. If you think about it, the story's gotten better.
Let me tell you something. Thomas Akers with another point, and I was going to bring this up as well. Thomas Akers, great point. We noticed that Solo is not aligning himself with his brothers, right? Solo was sent by the elders. Now, was Solo told by whoever sent him, I don't care what's happening, you stay with Roman until I tell you. You understand? So this is why Solo has those conflicted looks. He's not really there. And maybe that's what it is. And that's why Jay is kind of like, maybe Jay knows something that we don't know. So we don't know. You know what I mean? It's crazy. They're all working great here, man. This is what wrestling should be. And that would be crazy, though. But that's another thing that it could be, too, Tone. The elders sent them, and they said, listen, don't attack until we tell you. You know what I mean? And that's it. And that could be the end of the story, too. Not the end, but another part of the story, another layer.
I don't want to speculate, because here's the thing about speculating with this whole blonde storyline. As soon as we think we got it figured out,
yep,
they throw us a swerve.
But we all knew Sammy wasn't winning the title out of this, so let's just go there. We all truly knew that. Thank you.
You're a hater. Did we see this coming? We did?
I don't think we saw it coming. We knew it was an option and something that could happen.
Think about how many times our emotions went this way when this happened. Like, think about it. We were like, when Jimmy mushed Roman,
I got scared.
My goodness. You ever talk back to your mother and then you wait, and next thing you know, you're like, yeah. And then here comes the right hook.
Yeah,
that's what I was waiting for. And then the hug, I was like, oh. And then when Solo walked over to his brother and said, I acknowledge my tribal chief, but it was my brothers. What?
Yeah.
Then like 4 times, 4 different emotions: shock, compassion, relief, fright. All at
Lavelle, Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa for the title would be a great match. I'm just putting it out there.
Why do we always get into
why? But I'm just acknowledging a comment in the chat, because I'm acknowledging the nation of tantalization. Okay.
Only person you acknowledge here. Listen, let's get something straight, man. The chat is great. They are the nation, but the only person you acknowledge is me and my authority. Okay, well, you with this, that'll be a great match. Why do we want to see Solo versus Roman?
Why don't we put Solo over? That's your next big Samoan star. You always have to have a Samoan star.
It's Roman.
No, who's after him?
Who cares? He's the now.
That's the problem. It's not. You have to build for the future, not just now. Because listen. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. The reason you got to build for the future is because look at the women's division. That's exactly why you build for the future.
One has nothing to do with the other. Here's the problem with you wrestling fans who don't realize how things work. And I'm talking to some people in the chat too. And I'm specifically talking to you. What's your name again? What's his name? What's his name today?
Ramon Reigns.
Oh, God. guy has more aliases than DB Cooper. Listen, wrestling fans. Wrestling fans, listen. You're so fickle. You always want everything. First of all, here's the problem with this generation. Everybody wants everything immediately now. You want your hot pocket in 2 minutes instead of 3. You want to be able to reach somebody on the phone right away. Back in my day, you'd have to call on the phone and there'd be something called an answering machine. And before answering machines, you just call and they don't pick up. Everybody wants, he said audio.
No, you're good.
Am I good?
Never
Never mind. Yeah.
Never. Thank you, Jakey. Everybody wants to always, let's hopefully this happens. What's wrong with being champion for a long time? What's wrong with it? Oh, we don't have patience. Patience for what? To see another person take this plastic piece of fake gold and hold it up? Come on, man. It doesn't make any sense. This would be the biggest thing in history if Roman was to get the title another 3-4 years. Now, I get it. And here's another thing. People, I'm tired of this. Hello? What are you doing? Rubbing the mic. You're not gonna. People aren't gonna leave. Oh, how many people said, I'm done watching this show? I'm done watching wrestling. We've all said it. We've all said, I'm done with this crap. And you're back the next week.
Got to pay the bills. Well, let me tell you something. Let me have a conversation with you, Thomas Akers. Let me have a conversation with you. This bloodline thing is money. I think, like I said, it's the best thing going today. It is the way you build characters, is the way you build your stories, and it's the way that it has to be done. And it's great to see it. We're benefiting from it right now. We're living in history. We don't realize it right now. Just kind of like we didn't realize Rock and Austin to the magnitude of what that was back in the days. Listen. When you look back at it, then you really realize like how big of a deal it was. But my thing is this: everyone is very excited about this storyline. Everybody's intrigued with this storyline and interested because, like Kira said, they keep adding layers. What's the next layer going to be? So that's my thoughts on it, and that's pretty much all I have for tonight.
Jakey, I get what you're saying. That your problem with that theory is that there are other talent in the company and around the world that deserve the strap.
That strap specifically?
It doesn't matter what strap. Jakey, so you're telling me that no one that's there now deserves it? Drew McIntyre didn't deserve it. Cody didn't deserve it. Kevin Owens. Thank you. Edge, AJ, Sammy. Shut your mouth.
Stop. Do not bring Sammy.
There's a lot of people's opinion that Sammy should have been champion, but you can disagree. It's okay.
Apparently, the people that matter disagreed.
No, but Jake, no. And Brian Blackman says Jakey tripping, but you can disagree with him. But he's saying that there are other people that deserve the strap. That is true. They have not given it to them. If anybody deserved the title, it was Drew McIntyre. You were in his backyard. That was one of the hottest crowds you've ever seen. They played Broken Dreams. Everything was in the right. The planets were aligned for Drew McIntyre to be champion, and they didn't give it to him. Who else is more deserving of that than that? Think about it.
Would you be mad if Drew ended up being the guy?
No, I wouldn't be mad if anybody became the guy. Look, Roman has to lose eventually, but he ain't gonna lose it now.
He can't just lose it. He can't just lose to a regular jabroni. You know what I'm saying?
If he was gonna lose, he would lose to the biggest babyface in the company, and that's Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is the biggest babyface in the company, and he lost. Tell me who's on the level. You guys all said this. Tell me now who's on the level of Cody Rhodes as a babyface? Name a person.
LA Knight.
No, don't. Please stop.
No.
Please stop.
As a baby
Please stop. Please stop.
They piping booze for him because they're cheering him so much.
First of all, he's not on the same level as Cody Rhodes as popularity.
I think he's a better worker than Cody.
That's not what I'm saying. It's
Okay.
not about and that might be a little bit of a stretch too. Let me say this.
What are you?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my! Oh, everybody's on this Cody train. All right, go ahead.
Cody,
Come on. Come on with the
Cody.
Cody train. Come on.
No, it's not a
Choo-choo.
train. It's a fact. Let me ask you this question, okay? Who's the highest selling merchandise person in all of wrestling?
Rhea Ripley.
Not true.
Cody.
Who is it?
I think it's Cody, ain't it?
It's Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes outsells the Bloodline shirts. Now-
And that's because he buys a lot of his merch.
Stop. Cody Rhodes is the number one merchandise seller in WWE. When we went to the superstore at WrestleMania, we could not find a Cody shirt on the shelf.
Or a Rhea Ripley one.
Or Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley's the highest woman. And she's high up there with the men too. The Bloodline's number 2. Okay? Now look at this, guys. And we'll get to your super chat, Black Wolf. Give me a second. Roman Reigns and the Bloodline storyline is the biggest thing in wrestling history. It is.
Thank you all, JP. Thank you.
It surpasses the Mega Powers exploding. It surpasses NWO. It surpasses everything. And the biggest babyface of the company didn't win the title at WrestleMania. So why would they put anybody else on the level that's not even on the level of Cody Rhodes to win the title? LA Knight, as popular as he is, as great as he on the mic, he is not Cody Rhodes. He ain't selling no merch like Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes' story is not finished. And if they're gonna go any route, it will be Cody Rhodes. Let's get to the super chat. In AEW, only MJF has true intriguing storyline, and then his obvious match with Darby Allin, CM Punk for the belt was next for him. Okay, well, I don't want to go on a tangent, but I will say this. The reason why MJF is so popular and doing so well is because they got nothing else. And it's because CM Punk's not there. And I'm not a CM Punk fan, but sorry, guys. When CM Punk comes back, it's a whole new set of rules. Let's end with a video for the super chat, and we appreciate you, Black Wolf.
I'm going to say this right now because of that super chat, because of AEW, real quick. I'm going to get this comment out. I have a really weird feeling that we're going to get a world champion exclusive to Collision. That's just my theory on it.
Wrong.
Thanks for the super chat, baby. Ding, ding.
Never do that again.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Mikey. Thanks for the super chat, baby. Ding ding.
Nobody asked you for your piped in crowd noise, okay? Thanks. Thank you.
What?
Thank you for the super chat. Black, appreciate you guys.
God, I get accused. All right, Micah's in the house.
Yeah, and Mike has a comment. Yes.
Might take one of the old ones and just paint it.
No.
Oh, it's got you wanted to say undisputed on the bottom. Same belt.
Thomas Aker says, here is where the problem always comes in with the GOAT. Some people judge on title reign length. Well, how many titles you won, how many people won number one great story is what makes you GOAT. That's true. That's true.
That's right, Thomas.
Brian Bradman says, you must really hate Cody.
Let me ask you this.
RJB agrees with these. Says Tony Smarty, no. I agree with Ricky LA Knight.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We're distant cousins from another universe.
No. The bottom line is this, to quote Stone Cold.
It's Sunday night. It's 10 p.m. We know where our kids are, and we got work in the morning.
We do?
Yeah, Oos, we do.
Oh, now Moose.
At the end of the day, I believe we all think Roman Reigns has changed how we watch wrestling and the whole sport as a whole. I mean, the sport as a whole.
Can you stop shaking that mic?
What are you doing?
Watch this, chat. Watch this. I just had to get your attention. Watch this, chat. Check this out. So yeah, let me ask you this then, Kira. What do you think of Roman Reigns' title reign so far?
It's gone pretty good.
It doesn't matter what you think of Roman Reigns' title reign.
He got you.
I was just about to say, like, we just spent a whole hour talking about his title reign. Like, what do you mean?
Oh
Look.
my goodness.
The bottom line is this. Oh, now OSP, they want to mess me. Are you getting online? Are you play Call of Duty now?
No, he has worked.
That's right.
That's
I'm
right.
just going
And
to
he
say
wants to
this.
play Diablo, okay? He doesn't want to play Call of Duty.
Forget Diablo. Oh, definitely. He started with the Shield. But this is the thing, guys. We all knew that he was going to be a star because they ran him down our throats. But the problem is they ran him down our throats the wrong way.
Mhm.
And, you know, I wish the show was going on when this was happening because I would have told you guys this guy's going to be the man. When you remember, I said, yo, they hate Roman. I said, well, watch when he turns. Watch.
I've always said that they've been booing Roman since WrestleMania 32, but he said 30.
He got turned on at the Royal Rumble when
But they won.
Daniel Bryan should have won. But yeah.
I don't even know what that was, Dad.
Let's take a few more chats before we go. Let me say this: did Roman change wrestling? Yes. Look at where the interest level was before this title reign, and look at now,
Yeah.
boom! And
Some people
There
only
it
choose
is.
WWE because Roman's going to be on, or because the blood
Yep.
to see what's happening next with Bloodline.
And
Well,
shout
so-
out
Mhm.
and shout out to Thomas Higgins going through his chemotherapy.
Yeah.
We love you, bro.
Love you, Tom. I don't. Finn RKO with a nice comment. I don't hope it. I hope it doesn't happen. I guess he's trying to say, but I think they will bring the Fiend back to face Roman full circle since Roman defeated the Fiend for the title. And if you want to hold on 1 second here, there was a segment on SmackDown where Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, and they're starting to hint that Bray Wyatt is associated with these two, and that's how they bring him back. Just saying it. I have to put it out there because I am the Bray guy, the Bray Bray Wyatt guy, and that's the speculation. So that's it.
If this wasn't so much work for Kira, I would ask her to go back and look at all our shows about Bray Wyatt and clip how many times I told you people don't invest yourself in this guy. And then I want you to watch how many times that guy on screen, him, said, it's going to be the biggest thing ever. Here come the white rabbit. Here come the pigs. And here come the bunnies. And here come the vultures. I told you guys that this, yeah, that's right. Leave in shame. Shame. See? And this is where they turn on you. This is where they turn.
I didn't want to bring up Bray, but that little vignette with Isla and Alba, before they showed themselves on screen, I did think that it was a Bray promo that he was coming back. But I hope it's not him being involved with them.
This is my thing about Bray Wyatt.
He never pinned Bray.
We shouldn't be talking about him because
He never. Roman never beat Bray Wyatt.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he beat him or not. It matters this is that Bray Wyatt. No, you're laughing, but this is the thing.
Because if God willing, Bray Wyatt ended up coming back as a Fiend and beating Roman for the title, I'm telling you, I don't know what I would do, but we will be live here while I do it. And I would love every second. That would be my show. You would have to sit there with a Fiend mask on.
That
the whole
goes to
entire
show you how you think as a wrestling fan. And this is what the problem with wrestling is, everybody. Everybody is such a good fan. You don't use common sense. It makes no sense. And tantalizing means
No sense.
to let Bray Wyatt come back and do anything with Roman Reigns. It diminishes Roman's title. It diminishes his aura. He's not in the league of Roman Reigns. The Bray Wyatt experiment is over.
No, it's not.
Whether they bring him back, let me finish. Whether they bring him back or not, as Whoopi Goldberg said, give up the ghost.
Well, she needs to give it up already and get off the View. But look, that's neither here nor there. That's my opinion.
Why
Listen,
does she need to get off the View? You know, Ricky.
that's another.
Here
we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I see a pattern. Guys, ready? He doesn't like Big E. He doesn't like Kofi. He doesn't like Xavier. He doesn't like Whoopi Goldberg. Who else, Kira? He doesn't like Bianca Belair. Who else?
I don't like Charlotte Flair. I mean,
No.
there's people I don't like. It's just if I don't like them, I
When
don't
the
like
li-
them. That's
when the
it,
little-
bro.
When the Little Mermaid was announced, who knows, Rick? Maybe she ruined your childhood.
That's the first movie to ever be sponsored by Lowry's. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Anyway, look, bottom line is this.
Joke.
In closing, without you fantasy booking, I want you to tell me why you feel Roman has changed the game. And let's do this without you going off on a tangent and going to the Caspian Sea like a good friend Raphael who helped me out with my flat tire. Raphael, shout out to you.
30 seconds. Go.
All right. Basically, no, Roman changed the game because, like I told you earlier on, and I'm gonna stick to this point, he's made everybody around him better. If there was no Ravish and Ricky Ramone, there'd be no Tony Thomas because I see everything. But let me tell you this. He makes everybody around him.
Were you there when I was Were you there when I was born? Do you know Milton Parker and Shanice Morgan? Because those are my parents, and I don't understand how you're saying if there was no Ramon, there'd be no Tony. Are you my dad? What are you the age of Adeline? What is going on here?
Listen, so yeah, Roman's made everybody better around him. He's
True.
brought a lot of interest to the product with WWE, mainly SmackDown, but it's garnered over. It's went over to Raw because of his appearances there as well.
True.
But yeah, I just think he's brought money. He's brought a lot of eyes on the product. Like I said, he's elevated people around him to the main event picture. And like I said, that's all the things you want when you're building a faction and a storyline like this. Plus the longevity of it, keeping people entertained for so long and keeping it new and fresh. And it all revolves around Roman and what he's done with his character. So I think he has done a change to wrestling. I'm not going to say he's the biggest thing since sliced bread now. I'm not saying that, but he's definitely made an impact and a difference in wrestling.
Beautiful.
Kira,
Yes.
good job. Elaborate, please.
Okay, I like what they're doing with the Bloodline. I'm not getting bored of it, so I wouldn't mind if it goes on a few more a longer time. I do think it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say years, but then I realized that I said few, and that means 3, and that makes 7. So no, but I do think he's changed my view on how I watch wrestling now. Mostly on the storytelling side of it, but that's what this whole thing is about, honestly. So good for Roman, good for the Bloodline. You're doing great.
Let me say this in closing, since this is the Tan Lives and Tony show, and just for the record, I'm here because of God, not Ricky. God. This might not be popular to say because Hulk Hogan is revered in the wrestling world outside of his personal things. Forget that. We're talking about his accomplishments in wrestling. Roman Reigns is Hulk Hogan level right now. Roman Reigns is at the point where he can write his own ticket. He probably has creative control over his character at this point. And I do believe that he beats Hogan's record to knock Hogan down a peg. Bobby Rasmus talked about this on his show today. You guys better get used to seeing Roman with that title. It might change in color. They might make it all black. Richie would hate that. I had to do it. I had to do it. He just like Bianca or Big E or Kofi or Xavier. He's asleep. Look,
my air conditioner is black. Okay,
that was they work the best. Anyway, I think Roman Reigns, like you said, I will agree with you. And you had a lot of great points tonight, more than usual.
No, I have a lot of great points every night. You just don't listen.
No, the problem is we listen and then you keep going and then we fantasy book. Anyway, no, you have a lot of great points. You do. And tonight was your spot on that Roman Reigns is a generational talent. That this is a one. Go ahead. No, you get the gravitas. This is a one in a generation thing. And that's why I think they're gonna ride this gravy train all the way to 2027.
You're a sick SOB. You think that? Anyway, anybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you to everybody who sent in super chats, Black Wolf, and everybody. Thank you.
I want you to watch this back with your microphone, okay?
Is it scratching that much? I'm sorry, I'm muting. Hold on.
No. It's when you move it. It's when you move.
I have to mute when I move. I'm apologizing. I'm not okay. Listen. Listen. At the end of the day, let's stop it, Smarty. Okay, because you're not a Smarty. You're not that. You're not ravishing Ricky Ramone. Listen.
You work in a place where they have equipment. I'm getting up. Where's your microphone? Where's your long wires to pull your thing closer?
My mic's right here.
So this is what you do. Rocking the boat.
What?
You said rocking the boat, right?
Take us out, please.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, that's true too, Thomas. You're right. Imagine if they would have made this turn early in his career. Could you imagine?
He already beat the record if they did it 5 years ago.
Honestly,
I don't think so.
I think he's always had it. When he was in the Shield, he was great. When the Shield split up, he still held on to that little. He even came down with the same music, same gear, and everything for a little while. And I think he was still good then when he went solo. And this is even he keeps getting better.
You know
what I'm trying to say.
He's like this channel. He keeps getting better. We keep getting better. Even Ricky is on point, guys. Listen, all jokes aside, it's a rib when he's doing great. He does a lot of great takes. Take us out, kid.
Beautiful.
Last words. You.
Perfect.
Go.
Beautiful. Okay, thank you guys for coming in on this Sunday stream. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Monday Night Raw watch along.
What?
Yes. My eye twitched. Thank you to all the new people that we saw today. Thank you for coming in. I hope you guys share, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, please look. We go live all the time. Not to mention, I'm getting a little unlazy, and I'm starting to do some recorded content. Yes, pre-recorded content. We appreciate you guys.
It could be. You could be tired from the inflammation in your body. You know, all that salt and sugar and, you know, collard greens and everything that you eat could probably be inflaming your arteries. But let's go ahead and.
Just for the record, tonight I had chicken, collard greens, and mac and cheese. Thank you. The blackest music you get. Go.
All right. Thank you guys. See you tomorrow. Make sure you.
Yeah,
hug your families,
getting ready.
Kiss your families, tell me you love and pray to God every day because you're not promised tomorrow. And as always, don't we all do best? And that's
Uncle Howdy.
Stay tantalizing.